One of the ways that this parsha this week, Vayigash, holds our attention is through the dramatic delay of the revelation of Joseph's true identity to his brothers. In his guise as the second in command of Egypt, Joseph asks his brothers about their missing brother, Benjamin, Joseph's only full brother, who had stayed behind in Canaan with their father, Jacob. Joseph insists that Benjamin also come down to Egypt, then later frames him for theft he did not commit, demanding that Benjamin stay behind while the others return to Canaan. Finally, it is all too much for Joseph, and he tells his brothers who he really is. That got me thinking about the many situations in which we know something that others do not yet know, and what guides us in whether and when to reveal that information. On the one hand, privileged information must be kept private if it could damage business or personal relationships when revealed too early. On the other hand, we know that the people from whom we keep that information may later resent knowing that we knew something but didn't say it when we could. I remember many years ago when I worked at a large company during an economic downturn, and my supervisor invited me and a few other people into his office to advise him on who it was that we had to keep on in the company and who we could let go. It felt good to be on the inside of that process, but the responsibility was a very heavy one. The way in which people were to be let go said a lot about the character of their supervisor. It was done quickly and without blaming the people who were being fired. As a pulpit rabbi, there are many situations in which I am privy to private knowledge. Some of it is meant to remain private forever. But sometimes people tell me things just because I'm the rabbi, and they think that I should be aware of what's going on, and because, let's face it, it's fun to share secrets and to feel safe to do so with the rabbi. So I hear a lot of things, and I have to be very careful to never say anything that someone else doesn't volunteer first. The same principles apply from my experience in business years ago. How and when you tell something communicates something vital about your character. In Joseph's case, the early gamesmanship between him and his brothers eventually gives way to a teary and sudden declaration. He says, "I am Joseph. Is my father still well?" Those two phrases are not paired randomly. One of the things that motivates Joseph to tell his brothers who he is his growing anxiety to learn if his father Jacob is still alive. The last Joseph saw of his father was when Jacob sent him to find Joseph's brothers, who then sold him into slavery. Joseph never contacts Jacob to let him know he is still alive, even when he is free and powerful. He's made a new life for himself and had perhaps wanted to forget the pain of his past history when suddenly it appears before him again. His first reaction is to punish his brothers, but after a while he is overcome by the drama of the moment. He keeps his secret of his true identity as long as his anger holds sway, but when compassion and love for his family again gain primacy within him, he stops his charade. I think that those are the same feelings that must always guide us in making decisions about what and when to tell others. If, as with Joseph's initial reaction, we let others bear the brunt of our hidden knowledge for no reason other than we want to watch them squirm, then we do not do them or our relationship any favors. If, though, like Joseph's later behavior, we let love and compassion guide our actions, we will always do the right thing, whether it is sooner or later. We share what we can when we can, hoping that doing so lovingly whenever it may be will reveal who we truly are. From Congregation Beth Judea, Shabbat Shalom.